Hello, everybody. I always want to play a banjo when that music's on. I've had a little bit of a dance. Hello, welcome to Monday Makers. I do hope you're having a fantastic Bank Holiday Monday. It is a bank holiday Monday in the UK, obviously in other parts of the world, including Scotland. It is not a bank holiday, and I'm sorry because you've probably been at work on a Monday. But here it means fun, frolics, nobody's working apart from us, because we're in here today. But we're having a lovely day anyway. The only disappointing thing about it being a bank holiday Monday, it means the cafeteria is not open, and it means there's no warm cakes for us to eat. But never mind, it doesn't matter. We're going to have fun anyway. I'm glad that for you to be able to join us. We've got lots and lots of great deals for you. We've got some demos as well. I'm not going to be demoing. I've got the lovely Debbie Robinson in here for me. Hello, Debbie.
Hello.
Back again.
Yes, we need Christina back. I've told this Christina last week.
Yes.
I said to her, you need to come in, even if it's just for half an hour, every single day, and not just when the guy's in the office. So when because I've just said to her, she's the most amazing maker of absolutely everything. And also, broken hot thingy, what's it called?
The hot water tap.
Becky didn't get to me in time, so I poured myself what I thought were hot drink. I'm thinking, what is this goo? Well, it's supposed to be a frothy coffee. I was like, what's this? It looks like somebody had been sick in the drink. And it was cold. And then Becky went, oh, Debbie, I meant to tell you. She went, it's broke. I was like, oh, no.
I should have just written it on a post-it note and popped it on there,
I know, but never mind. I'm fed and watered now, I'm okay.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
it's the last show of the day.
It is indeed.
Yeah, and we've had a lovely day, because we don't often get to work with each other, do we?
We have got a lovely day lined up, a lovely last show lined up for you as well. I'll show you my makes, what we're going to make during this Monday Makers show, because we have got some fabulous ribbon threading dies, and not just one set, but two different sets, or two different choices for you, from the Creator Card range. Love these dies.
Me too.
Kept it nice and simple though. I'm not going to overtax your brain on a Monday Makers Bank Holiday Monday. One of my favourite sets of dies as well with the ribbon threading, so we're going to do a double Z fold card there. And of course you could use all of these features with these dies, mix and match them, which I did this morning. This one is just using one design, but absolutely go to town with them. So we've got two different styles of ribbon threading dies, and then we've got one of my favourite collections, which is the gorgeous Once Upon a Time. Oh, I love that fountain. I think it's absolutely
beautiful,
stunning.
isn't it?
It's beautiful. What I love even more is the most beautiful embossing folder. And I love colouring embossing folders in. So that's what we're going to do on Monday Makers. They're my planned demos.
Excellent.
But who knows? We might throw something else in the mix, Becky.
Absolutely. And this is your opportunity to message in and ask us any questions, or ask Debbie any questions. If you are a new person, welcome. We don't bite. If you are a silent viewer, as we've learnt, we have many silent viewers, hello, or hello. Message in, say hello. If you've got questions about any of the products that we've got on here, there are no silly questions. This is your opportunity to ask Debbie and say, you know, actually, how do you use that? Why would you use this and not that? This is the opportunity for us to do. Lots of people are coming in to say hello, which is brilliant. We've got Sam McDonald says, good evening from Darlington, just down the corner. Watching and making a Christmas card for my mother-in-law. Kathy Myers says, hello, all from Missouri. Jane says, hello, everybody. Michelle, Lillian Kwok, Lynn Blackledge, and Fred, that's saying salutations from California. Vanessa says hello everyone from Florida too. Laurie says hello from a sunny and hot Arizona. It's going to be 112 today.
Ooh.
Come on, that's really hot. Barbara says hello everyone from Indiana. BJ Clark says good morning again from Oysterville, Washington. Lynn Morton is saying hello. Lynn Armstead. Sam McDonald says I've sent a picture in for you, Debbie, based on the card you made on Wake Up Call. That's quick.
Oh, that was quick. Oh,
let's have a look at that.
Yeah.
Roseanne says hello from Massachusetts to Debbie, Becky, our social media superstar, and our awesome CCTV team, and all my crafty friends. Oh, Lynn said she fell asleep and thought I'd missed the show. Phew. Yeah. You haven't fallen asleep and missed the show. Thank goodness you're here joining us today. Brilliant. Right. I do need to let you know we've got a deal on the Bank Holiday 20. So you're going to get 20% off not on everything. There are some sort of exemptions, but you need to use the code BANKHOLE20. I think some of the exemptions or the caveats are, no machines, and I think no new launches, but there's bound to be something that you've got in your basket that's going to be valid for. So do remember, if you're going to be purchasing anything today, to use that code just in case something there is going to give you 20% off, and that is valid up until midnight tonight. Right, weekend wonder. Right, these are our fabulous bags. These are our pack and pop. Got it right now. Pack and pop bags. Beautiful, really understated design in this black polka dot. You've got some black PVC over the top, so faux leather. Really sturdy little bags. Not little big bags. So the largest one here, medium, and then you've got small. They're available separately, but you can get the whole lot for this great deal. Now, these are really, really cool because you can move them up and down, so you can have them different sizes. So the idea is you will fill them with all your crafty goodies, and then when you come to use them, you just pull this down, and then you're able to see exactly what you've got in here. Great for organising all your crafty stash, great for crafting on the go. So you can fit some quite tall items in here. They all work in exactly the same way. So you could fit, knitting needles would be, unless you had small knitting needles or those circular ones, large ones would not fit. But like crochet hooks, for example, perhaps you want to do one for embroidery, one for soft craft, one from paper craft. There's all sorts of different things you can do. Maybe you want to use these for your makeup brushes. Maybe you want to organise these with your colouring pencils. Perhaps you want these for your kids to keep everything organised. Maybe they like to craft in the car when you're going on long journeys. Everything's going to be kept nice and contained, nice and sturdy in here. And I love the fact that you've got this foam in the bottom, which is going to hold all your crafty goodies and make sure that they don't fall down. So you can see here, you've got all of this foam inside with these little slits through it, which allows you to create sort of bigger holes, bigger gaps. So you can fit almost anything in here. Sets of scissors in here, and that will keep them nice and sturdy so they won't get damaged or won't cut anything. The great thing about this is, it's easy to use. You can see what you're using on your desk when you pull everything down, and then when you want to pop it away, you just have to lift up the edges like that and then zip it all together. Great price for this. This is not the price just for one. This is the price for all three of these. £35 or $42. Your platinum price is £28 or £33.60. $33.60. Double points as well if you're going to be getting these. And this is valid until midnight tonight. Am I right in saying that, or is it all week? All week this deal, but the Bank Hole 20 is only valid up until midnight tonight. Let's have a look. Anne says, hello from Cloudy, Connecticut, and Deborah says, I'm so excited to use my shaped card dies today. Ooh. Excellent. Likes to see what people are making, hear what people are making as well. If you are a new crafter, you will find the groups on Facebook are really, really helpful for you. They're very encouraging, and they'll give you lots of tips and advice. So don't feel afraid not to ask any questions. That's
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Way to be. What have you got over there?
I've got the Once Upon a Time.
Oh, I love that.
So we're going to be doing the Once Upon a Time. You're going to do the deal in a second. Shall I show a few samples, then you do the deal, and then we'll do a demo? Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah,
I'm going to start with the best one. I shouldn't say that out loud. We've got an amazing design team. Can I just say, please forgive me if you're watching design team members, because I think you're all amazing. But I have to say, this is just outstanding.
It is beautiful,
I absolutely love this star book. So it is incredible. So it's like a little book, and then you open it up, and it creates the most wonderful star book design, featuring all of those. Look, let me tie it up, because I absolutely adore this. So whichever one of our design team members made this, and we think it's Marie, but we're not 100% sure. Pretty sure our Grace can find out for us. But absolutely stunning, using all of those pieces to create the most magical fairy tale. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous book ever. We do have some amazing design teams though, and I will show you some of their amazing samples as well, just in case they're watching and have now they're now going to go on strike because of what I just said, but I genuinely mean it. They are all fantastic. We have, and I'm going to call them out, they're all, honestly, probably the best in the business.
Yeah.
They are fantastic at what they create each and every single day, each and every single collection. We do have the most talented people. And you can see that with some of these beautiful, beautiful makes, absolutely stunning. The lovely die that we all laugh when we think it looks like a little head scratcher, but she's absolutely stunning. The embossing folders are out of this world. They really are the most beautiful embossing folders. And you can use the embossing folders and the stamps and create a really lovely scene. I love this collection. It's absolutely enchanting. It's beautiful. It's so... I mean, there's just so much you can create with it. It's got that magical Disney-esque kind of feel to it that I know you're going to love. And Becca's going to show you what you're actually getting, and then I'm going to get ready for a demo.
Excellent. Right, so I'm going to show you, this is a selection of different dies that you're going to be getting in this. The first one is You Are Magical. This is your stamp and die collection here. Beautiful script there. This next one here is your embossing folder. That is a beautiful embossing folder with that kind of rose in a glass dome, very much the kind of imagery from Beauty and the Beast. It's absolutely beautiful. And as Debbie was saying, it's a really nice thing to colour in. These are a selection of our fairy dust. I love these colours. I mean, look at that real deep, iridescent, glittery gorgeousness. Beautiful. A little bit of embellishment on any of your makes. That's just going to look so magical there. This is the Fabulous Fountain, and it is called Fabulous Fountain. Beautiful design. It almost looks like a wedding cake here. Very, very pretty design. Next one we have here is your little Prince and Princess. This is Happily Ever After, and them dancing away. Actually, you know, if you were going to be doing like a party for Bridgerton or something like that, that would be quite good for Bridgerton, although they are showing their ankles, which is a little bit risque, isn't it, in Bridgerton times. Then we have Once Upon a Time. Again, beautiful script, very pretty design there. This is the Princess Silhouette, and as you saw from those samples, it makes a really beautiful design on a card, very cute. We've got a selection of our seam binding ribbon. 3 different colours and 3 different sizes there, but all colour coordinated to go with the inks and the sparkle dust that we've got in there. These are the pearlescent ink pads that you'll be getting in this collection as well. Beautiful colours here. Obviously, they're slightly smaller, the ink pads, than you get normally, but perfect for a use on these. And actually, you know, ink pads just go on forever, don't they? They seem to last a very long time. This is your Make-A-Wish stamp and die set with that beautiful kind of Tinkerbell kind of image that you've got there, as well as all those little sparkles. We then have that gorgeous Cinderella slipper. So this is a glass slipper embossing folder. Great one to sort of pick out all of those different colours, those different shapes in there. And then finally, we have these sort of swirl embellishments that you saw on those samples here in all of those little tiny gems. So the gems are already laid out in those swirls, so it makes it nice and easy for you to pop onto your cards. The price for this is £60 or $80. Platinum price is £48 or $64. Jane Quayle says, I made my very first Christmas card and box from the Sparkling Winter Collection yesterday. Well done. Going to send in a picture? Or post a picture on Facebook so we can have a look at it later. Always nice to hear that people are doing their first make. I think that would be one that you have to keep, your first make, don't you?
You do?
Yeah.
I think I've kept mine somewhere. It was the little, do you remember the little teddy bear from the... It was a set that I bought from a well-known place in England, in the UK.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I said it quick. I do apologise, I've got a tickle on the throat. And I kept it was a little teddy bear that was from a range, I can't remember, is it From Me to You or something like that, I think it was called.
Oh, was that Tatty Teddy?
I think it might have been a Tatty Teddy, it might have been the other one.
Yeah,
and I've kept that make, because I was so proud of it, that I'd actually created something. I mean, I look at it now and I think, oh my God. Do you know what I make now? Thinking, oh my God, I'll never bring it out. But I kept it because I felt so proud of it and the sense of achievement and how happy it made me feel. Because that's the thing about crafting, there's no right or wrong.
No.
You should never be too harsh on yourself either. You should, everybody does this for enjoyment, for that sense of achievement, that you've created something that you're hand gifting with love. For me, that's what crafting is all about. And it should be, it doesn't matter whether you're and all on, you know, whether you keep them nice and simple or whether you go all out and just literally chuck everything on them. Every crafting, every person out there that crafts, never ever judge yourself, never ever think, oh, I'm not as good as that, I'm not as good as that, because you all are brilliant at what you do, because you're creating something and you're gifting something with love. So I love that. And I do believe we're getting some pictures sent in.
Oh,
I've heard on the grapevine. So whatever you're making right now, or if you've got something that you're really proud of, send it into the studio. Wait a minute.
Crafter's Companion.
I nearly did it again. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send your making, because we love seeing it, and I know you guys love seeing everybody's makes as well. That's why we have all those crafting groups for our crafting community. So definitely send them in, because we've already got a couple coming in that I can't wait to see.
Excellent.
However, are you ready to see my take on it?
I want to see your demos.
My demos, yes, absolutely. I'm going to use the Enchanting Rose, the embossing folder. I love this one. It is 2D. And I am going to do a spot of colouring, but it's a 2D folder. Now, I'm using some Nina cardstock. So in here, I've cut down. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Debbie, that's a 4x6 folder, but that's not a 4x6 piece of cardstock. And it isn't, and I do it for a reason. I cut a 1/4 inch down. So I cut this to 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, because if you keep it within the embossing folder, you won't get any crinkling or warping when you run it through. If your paper's bigger than the embossing folder, I can promise you'll end up with a crinkly piece of paper, and we don't want that. So that's the top tip that I'm going to give you. Cut it down a 1/4 inch, and it will always, I promise you, it will always be right. Now, normally with a 2D embossing folder, it is just the 2 cutting plates. However, I haven't got like a stamping card. I haven't got a 300 GSM. Nina cardstock's about 220, I want to say. Okay. Top of my head. So I'm adding an extra shim in there. Now, it's not a plastic shim. It's not the embossing folder. It's actually the metal shim. It gives me a little bit extra in terms of embossing it really well when I'm colouring. If I was just doing this with inks, I wouldn't bother. I'd just use my 2 clear cutting plates. But because I want to really see the raised element to it when it's embossed, I'm going to add that shim in. And that's my little top tip again. I've done it with my old Gemini, I do it with the new one. It just gives me that extra little bits in terms of your embossing. Let me just move that to one side for a second. It gives me the extra dimension so that I can actually see now where I'm going to be going when I'm colouring with this. Now I'm going to pop down let me put a black piece of cardstock underneath, because I always think white on white, it's almost impossible to see. But if we lift that off, you can now see I've got my beautiful design there, and you can see it actually. It looks gorgeous. But we are going to use some of our tri-blends. I've got tri-blend brush, I've got normal tri-blends, and I've gone with a magenta blend. I've gone with ice grey, and I'm going with dull green. They're my chosen pens that I'm going to do. I'm going to do a spot of colouring, because I do love this technique, Becky. One of my favourites whenever I use an embossing folder. And I'm just going to lay down, first of all, the lightest of colour. So gorgeous.
Could you use an embossing folder and colour it in, but with watercolour paper, or would it not work? Because it
to do this with watercolour?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Okay? Yeah,
if you're going to use a water base, because I do sometimes use my tricolour aquas. Yeah. I use my aqua blends as well, and you absolutely can. You just need to switch your cardstock. Right. Switch your cardstock to watercolour cardstock, or the premium one that we do in the pad, because that's a slightly, I'm going to say, I'm not going to say better quality, because that's the wrong word. Thicker GSM. Right. In the pad, and it's the premium one. So it's always, well, you know, thinking about, and plus you can chop it down, because it's like 9 by 12, I believe. Now, that's all me laid down of my lightest colour first. I'm just going to go back over that and what I call the saturation process, which means I'm just laying down quite a nice bit to cover all of that. And then we're going to come in and we're going to start to build up the colour. And you're going to do exactly the same as you would do if you were colouring, in terms of a light and a dark shade. Debbie, you've just said dark. Going in with that dark shade underneath the petals. Now, Becky, I'm going to apologise, because when I do this, I stop talking.
You're going to go into a colouring
coma every single time. Every single time. But I'm just going to do it as I would normally do, with a bit of extra dimension and the blending element to it, and start to work on all of these petals. I'm going to work at each individual petal at a time. Okay.
Now, when I see that, I want to sing "Tale as Old as Time." because that is just such the Beauty and the Beast image, isn't it?
It is. This is why I love this folder so much.
Is that your, so obviously Once Upon a Time is fairy tale focus. What is your favourite fairy tale?
Well, I'm not so much about fairy tale. Definitely, we were talking about this the other day. Disney, Beauty and the Beast is my favourite film.
Yeah.
In terms of Disney.
The live action one or the original
I actually love both, Becky, and I never thought I'd say that because when I first heard they were doing a live action one, I thought, oh my God, don't you dare touch that classic. I love it. I love
really
it.
Good, yeah.
It's so good. And I cannot believe how good it actually is.
I was really
impressed. I love Luke Evans. He's an amazing singer. And I absolutely love him. I fell in love with Luke Evans even more then, even though he plays the baddie. But I absolutely adore him. And I think Emma Watson plays Belle beautifully. And then let's not talk about the prince because he's just dreamy to look at, isn't he? It's just beautiful.
They did it at my daughter's school, and the Beauty and the Beast.
Did they?
And Ellie was just in the ensemble, so she didn't have any key part. But her friend played Lumiere. Oh my gosh, she was amazing. Really clever. Costumes were incredible. It was like proper. It made you cry. It was so emotional.
Was it so good?
Yeah, really
bless
brilliant.
you.
And we've got it on video, so occasionally we'll watch all three and critique them all. It's quite good. Vanessa says, good tips today. Good tips today, Debbie. Thank you.
Well, you know, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, exactly. Deborah says she loves a slipper embossing folder.
Yes.
And Sweet Lady 1027 says it's a beautiful collection. It really is, and you're getting like all the key elements to it in this bundle, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been one of my firm favourites since we did it. I know we've already done a craft along with this. I think Michelle created the beautiful project. Craig had to do it because Michelle was poorly at the time, so she couldn't come in and complete it. But Craig stood in. But gorgeous collection. No matter which way you look at this one is still just as equal as when we brought it to you originally. It's absolutely beautiful and lots of things that you can do. Now, I am just taking my time with this and colouring each petal in at a time, so you can see it's starting to come to life now. And again, I'm using some of the line artwork from the embossing folder to help me do the shading and coming in and adding some dark elements, some lighter elements. And then just get in that lovely, because what I want to do is create some depth and dimension underneath. And I mentioned this earlier, when it's wet, when your pen is still wet and the alcohol hasn't evaporated yet, it does mean that you can add a little bit more to it if you want to add a bit more depth and dimension. So I'm just going to add a few little bits and just carry on colouring, Becky.
Do you think if you are new to colouring, that this is a better way or an easier way to start rather than using a stamp?
If you're new to this might be a bit daunting to do this straight off, but everybody can do it. That's the thing. Yeah. If you pick up a pen, you can all colour. You've got your image. You can see it's raised. You know where you're going. You can. Everybody could do this. Don't be daunted by it. Just have a little play with it. Seriously, it's a lovely technique.
It's so quick when you're doing it. You know, you think, oh God, that's going to take ages. But actually, once you start watching somebody colour, it comes together very quickly, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it does. And again, you can achieve these. Everybody can do this. I genuinely mean that. Because you're not having to work out because it's all done for you. The imagery is already there, so you don't have to work too much out with it, which is what I love. But yeah, don't be intimidated. Don't be daunted. Have a go. Definitely have a go.
That looks great.
Sorry, I'm trying to colour and talk at the same time. It doesn't work.
Paul Prince ×4 said, I just dropped in to say a quick hello. It looks like a very pretty card, Debbie.
Thank you.
It does look very pretty.
So I'm just going to leave that there for now, and then I'm going to come in with the other colour. So that was my tri-blend brush. Of course, if you haven't got the brush, you can absolutely use the tri-blends, the original tri-blends, or your classics, or your illustrators. You'll still get that look. You'll just probably have to work out your colouring with your depth and dimension. I'm going to come in with the tri-blend, the dull green, and we'll come in and do a little bit of the leaf work, and I'm just going to do exactly the same, following the pattern. And that's the lovely thing, it's so easy to do, and you can achieve this with pencils, with your aquas. If you do, like I said, if you go into a water-based medium, you change your cardstock up and just change it to a watercolour cardstock, and you'll be absolutely fine. You can achieve that as well. So I'm going to come in, just follow that around. And that's why that little top tip that I gave you about using your metal shim as an extra little thing just gives it the little bit more of an extra crunch.
Okay.
So, and I always say it's well worth doing it, especially if you're going the colouring. If you're using inks and things like that, you probably get away with it with just the 2. That's the normal traditional plate system for a 2D embossing folder. If this was a 3D embossing folder, of course, it would be a cutting plate, your magnetic shim and plastic shim, if that was what you was doing. But again, I'm just going to use this now and go in with a dark colour.
Yep. It looks so good. I've had to come really close to the TV screen so I can see it properly. And it looks amazing.
Easy to achieve though, Becky,
Yeah.
and honestly, everybody can do this. It just looks really effective. And it's a different way of doing it rather than just with inks. I know Lily loves doing this technique. She does it a lot with her embossing folders. I tend to use pencils. That always looks nice. I remember when we had our lovely Sam from Evesham that came up, she did it in pencils onto Centura Pearl and it looked beautiful.
Ooh.
Absolutely beautiful. So you can, you know, there's lots of things you can do in terms of colouring. Just enjoy it. Just really, really enjoy it because it's a very easy effect, this, and it looks stunning.
I think if you're looking for a way of killing time, colouring it must be the best way of doing it.
Oh,
because
yeah,
you just
absolutely.
get totally lost in it, don't you?
Totally lost. You get lost in your own little world, and then you stand back and you look and think afterwards, God, I did that. That looks amazing. I mean, I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but you when you do it, you just think, oh my God, it looks brilliant. And like I said, everybody can do this. You pick up your pens and you colour and enjoy it. Sorry, I'm stop talking again.
That's all right.
I do apologise.
I think everyone else is mesmerised. It looks so impressive.
Bless you. I'm just going to turn that around so it makes it a bit easy for myself as well.
It was Charlotte's got that song stuck in my head, so have I, and I'm singing it to myself. Now, my niece got married this year, and that's her favourite Disney film, and she wanted that as her first dance, and I said, "Oh, I'll sing it for you."
You sang a song at your niece's wedding?
No, I didn't. I said I was going to sing it for her, and then she went, "Actually, I don't really want you singing at my wedding." I was very hurt. I'd had singing lessons, the whole lot.
So which song did she want? Taylor's Old as Time?
Taylor's Old as Time.
Oh, I love that song.
Originally, she was going to come out, she had a beautiful wedding dress, but she was going to come out in a yellow ball gown for the first dance. But actually, when we tried on the yellow ball gown, the colour was quite a difficult colour to wear. So she went for a really sort of dark red ball gown, which was beautiful, and came out and had the first dance in that. And she came out to Lady in Red. But then they had, it was, oh gosh, the Sam, who did Eurovision. What was his name?
Oh my God, Sam Ryder.
Yeah,
Oh.
It was not Space, but it was another song, I can't remember, but it was like, it was an old rave tune from the house tune from the 90s that he did a version of, and it was just beautiful. And George, a Vision Mixer here, he filmed it for us. The wedding, and we've got a beautiful little video of her dancing with her husband and their youngest son, just standing just to the edge of the dance floor, and he's just sort of got a blow up a guitar, and he's playing the guitar along to the music. It's lovely, really cute.
Oh, how super cute is that? Oh,
that was always her favourite film, Beauty and the Beast.
I absolutely love that one. It really is a beautiful film. I love all the songs as well. Absolutely. Now I'm just finishing this off, Becky, because then the next thing that you'll do is choose, because literally you just want to choose something that creates the dimension of a, what do they call this, what you put over the glass?
Dome, glass dome.
Glass dome, thank you, Becky. So I'm going to use ice grey. So with your ice grey, you've got your 3 blends again. And again, all you're going to do, Becky, is you're just going to touch along there to create a little bit of illusion. And I'm going to use the lightest on the inside.
Yep.
And I'm saying you don't even have to have a steady hand too much, Becky, because it's already raised for you.
It's going to guide you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's a good description. And then you'll just do that all the way around. Now, I've done it with the dark one on the outside, but you can, like I said, if you're not If you want to add a little bit of shade and dimension, you by all means can go around with your lightest and add that into there, but I'm just going to create the illusion that it's going all the way around there. And then you come in and finish that off, and I'll show you the finished one in a second because I'm aware of the time. My goodness, half an hour's already gone. I do get carried away though when I'm doing things like this.
No, but I think it's really nice because sometimes we only show a tiny little amount of the colouring, and I think it's quite nice for people to see how it develops.
Yeah.
So quite often when you first start, you're thinking, oh, that's not gonna, can't see how that's gonna blend out. And then after, you know, a little bit of time, you're like, wow, that makes perfect sense. But that looks so realistic.
Thank you.
Anne says, I love colouring embossing folders. There's a whole other look from colouring,
Yes.
colouring stamped images. Yeah, it definitely is. Looks beautiful.
And all you're doing is like using the line work of the embossing folder to create that illusion, and you can already see it starting to come together. I'm going to come in, just do the top part, and remember to speak, Debbie.
Charlotte in the gallery, what is your favourite fairy tale? Yeah, fairy tale. Dean, what's your favourite fairy tale? It's a.
I love his
What do you mean
honesty.
you don't know what
I
fairy
love his
tale is?
honesty. God love Dean.
Fairy tale? Well, like Rumpelstiltskin, or what was the one with about the cobblers? Elves and the Shoemaker. Do you remember that? Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel.
The witches.
Don't know. I don't know if the Witches by Roald Dahl. Oh, but then you'd argue that Willy Wonka was a fairy tale, and that's just real life. I think a fairy tale is generally like something that the Brothers Grimm wrote, like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty or Snow White kind of things, aren't they?
Yes.
That kind of thing. Do you not have a favourite fairy tale? That's really sad. Charlotte said she wouldn't watch Sleeping Beauty when she was little because she was too frightened. I didn't used to watch Doctor Who because I was too scared. That is, yeah.
What was that?
Doctor Who. Doctor Who. I couldn't watch The Littlest Hobo. Do you remember The Littlest Hobo? No? That was it was a kids TV program about. It was about a little dog, and he was called Hobo, and he didn't have a home, and he just went. He was like an Alsatian, I think, and he just went travelling from town to town, helping people, but it was, oh God, this music, it's going to make me cry. There's a bit of music, and it's sort of like he's sort of like trotting along down a lane, or like down a sort of train track. And he's on his own because he just goes from town to town. He doesn't have an owner, doesn't have anyone that looks after him, and he just sort of goes into the town. Oh my God, it is Incredible Hulk with a dog. But you need to watch the closing credits, because anyone that doesn't cry at those closing credits is heartless. It's very sad. It's like, who? Greyfire's Bobby. What? I've never heard of that. Yes, I have heard about this, but people whose dogs have, owners have passed away, and the dogs sort of spent the rest of their life.
I've seen that film. Oh my God, I cried buckets.
I couldn't watch that, Waiting at the Grape. No, I couldn't watch that.
It's not a good film to watch, especially when you've just lost a dog as well, because that broke my heart, literally, quite literally watching that.
A film that I sort of enjoyed, but I could never ever watch again, was Marley and Me. Because
I can't ever watch it again. I can never watch that ever again.
I did really ugly crying when I was watching that.
Oh my God,
did my husband. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Dean, don't watch it. What did he just say? What did he just say? He did not say he just didn't like dogs.
I don't think Dean isn't that keen on dogs, I think is what he said.
I'm really shocked to hear that, Dean. I'm really shocked to hear that. Right. I have coloured that in just there, and then I'll show you my finished one, because I haven't got the glitter glue with me, but add a bit of glitter. Now you've got choices. You can either use the glitter that you've got there, or glitter glue, because look what happens when you use glitter glue.
Ooh.
How gorgeous is that glitter glue?
Oh,
and
nice.
all I did was I went on the area here, what's basically, it's like the shining glass. So that's the outline of the glass dome,
Yep.
and then I just tickled round the tickle the stars, tickle the stars. Tickle the stars, Becky.
If that's what you do, Debbie.
Yeah, exactly. And just literally highlighted a little area. And then using the shimmer ink pad that comes, and I believe it's the shimmer ink pad that came with that collection.
Pearlescent.
Pearlescent one, thank you.
But it is shimmery, isn't it?
And then just gone round there to soften it. Because as you can see, just by adding that little bit of pink, it just gives it that illusion of softness.
Gorgeous.
So what I'm going to do then is... because I'm going to save that one now for another card, because now I've spent that time colouring it in. I've taken now I have used, now then, papers. Where did I get my papers from? Was it from me? I'm going to have to think of this one. I think it might have been me, but do you know what? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Ignore the papers.
It's what papers?
Ignore the papers.
Ignore papers.
Ignore
okay.
the papers.
Okay.
Now, this is a 5 by, it's actually 5.5 by 7.5, the base of the card. So that's 11 inches, scored at 5.5 inches, and then the 7.5 in the height.
Yeah.
That's the depth. I have taken from that top fold, so if I hold it out there, you can actually see it. I have taken from the top fold right down to the bottom corner and just use my guillotine to create a little bit of a shape in terms of a card. So it's just something a little bit different. Now, I'm going to pop on here. Now, I've got all my little bits and bobs because, excuse me, I'll just quickly explain how I came to do the matte and layer for this one. So I want you to imagine that it's this side. So in terms of your matting and layering, I come down 1/4 inch, so we know that that's 5.5 by 7.5. So go to a 5.25 by 7.25, and then chop it in half.
Okay.
And you're being guaranteed it will fit in there perfectly. The same with your paper, so it's exactly the same. The next layer down will be 5 by 7, and then chop it in half.
Okay.
And that's how you get the perfect mats and layers for those. Now, I have used, I'm pretty sure it's my Wake at Wish. I'm sure it's the Once Upon a Time one. I'm sure it's the paper that came with it.
I'm sure somebody in the comments will be able to say.
Yeah, well,
They'll be able to
I'm
identify.
shocked. I keep saying, do you know, on the Saturday games, I hope they never put a paper pad one on, because I love paper pads, but can I ever remember the name? No, ever. I'm always relying on other people to tell me, because I'm shocking at remembering the names of them, unless it's something I've used lots of, Becky, and then I'm fine with it. But yes, absolutely.
I think they should do a paper pad that has is a random one. So you choose brights or pastels, and it could be all sorts of different things from different collections, and you just don't know what it's going to be. So we're not going to show it. I've made it all up. I've not told anybody about this, but you're not going to see on the front cover what's in it. It's going to be like a pick and mix, a lucky dip as to what papers you're going to get. All you're going to know is like a theme, as in, you know, is it pastels? Is it brights? Is it spotties, or whatever it
Well,
might
you know,
be.
you can put these ideas forward, Becky. I will. Yeah, put the ideas forward. Absolutely.
It's September, October when we give our ideas, isn't it? Once
It
a year?
is usually.
Yeah.
I think it's about September. Yeah, I think they'll be coming up to the brainstorming session. I'm sure it'll be September. It'll definitely be September, because October's so busy with birthday week. Well, I say birthday week, but with the birthday events,
month, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of great deals, great.
There's some
details.
beautiful launches
And
coming.
we've got
let me just tell you.
we've got a sparkly photo shoot to do, haven't we?
I have, yes. Have you got one as well?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I've got mine to do. I bought myself a sparkling jacket.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I've got that to do.
We can't tell you the theme, but we're all going to be quite sparkly.
Yes.
I think.
Right up my street.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
too.
best not tell anymore, because Gracie's going to start shouting at you, because she's part of the social team, and we'll be in trouble if we give away the theme. If we give away that theme, we'll be in a bit of trouble, Becky.
Yeah.
Let's not spoil it on bank
don't want to
holiday.
spoil any details.
No.
Lots of people are saying they can't watch Marley and Me. Lillian Kwok says can't watch that, or A Star Is Born. Linda says Marley and Me was such a tearjerker. It really was. My friend's daughter wanted to be a vet until she watched Marley and Me, and then that was it. She was like,
God
no,
love
I'm
her.
not doing that.
Bless her. Now, I'm going to use that as the panel, so it's going to sit on there. Now, before I actually glue it down, I actually just have a little look about where I want to position it. So, because you've got to be careful, you know, because I've done a little concept card, so you've got to be careful in terms of your glue. So, little top tip, I'm going to fold it there, and I'm going to, before I actually stick it down, let me just hold that into place. That'll do. In fact, I'm just going to hold it down with a bit of, it's not going to affect it, just with a little bit of the dotty tape pen. But I just want to hold it down because I want to know exactly where to put my glue without ruining my project. Yep. So just go down there now and then just take a pencil. Says Debbie, you can't find a pencil. Oh my God, where are the pencils in this? I can't believe this is craft room. We haven't got a pencil in here.
Shall I find you one, Debbie?
Let me see if I can find one in my bag. Oh no, I think somebody borrowed it the other day. Hobby maker, they've not given it me back. What are
I'm looking for one for you, Debbie. I'm looking for one.
Have you got a pencil, Becky? Oh, I found it.
Oh, I take it back. They've not pinched it. They've not pinched it. So I'm just going to give a little faint mark just there. So now when I lift that off, I know exactly where to put my glue, so that I know, because I've done it before, Becky, where I've put it in the wrong place, come to pop it down, I'm like, oh my God, I've put it in the wrong. So this just a little top tip to know where to put your glue.
Yeah.
And it's your choice of glue now. What glue do you want to use? So I'm going to use our tape pen. It is super strong, and I know for a fact it will stick it down. And then just come in now, and then I can line that back up. And of course, you can just go straight back in and line that back up. However, I know that I'm not going to worry too much because I knew where I positioned it. Just going to pop that down. Again, you can use your wiggle glue at this point, all-purpose glue at this point. But then I'm going to add now just my little sentiment. I'm going to lift that sentiment off in true style with a foam pad or two. And that's just going to go onto the back end of that because I'm just going to lift it at one corner. And then take off the backing. And I could even at this point add some of those gems, but I did tell you earlier, Becky, I've been using them. There's hardly any left.
You haven't got any left?
There's hardly any left.
You've been wearing them out, haven't you?
I know, yeah. But
big swirly one down your back or in your arm, going out.
Now let me just line that up, position that into place. There we go. And you know, I'm not going to add anything to it because I think that embossing folder does all the talking for you in terms of colouring it in, very simple, adding some of your glitter glue that you might have already got in your stash, doing it on a little bit of a different card fold for a change, and just adding your sentiment onto there as well, which actually comes within the collection.
Love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely love it. Everyone's saying how beautiful it is. Michelle Harris says such pretty paper. Sheila says, I love the paper. Carol D says she wants fruity botanical papers. What, fruity scratch and sniff papers? Maybe we can do those. We just scratch and sniff them. ST says a beautiful embossing on that paper. Deborah says, I can't get over crafted companion papers. They're so gorgeous. And lots of people, whilst you were doing it, were saying you should put some glitter on it. And you did. It was almost like you had, you know, you were, what's the word? Psychic. So this is your Once Upon a Time 12-piece selection. You've got stamps and dies in here. So if I show you what you're going to be getting in this here. The first one you're getting is You Are Magical. That's your stamp and die here. And the font in all of these is beautiful. Then you've got that absolutely beautiful, stunning embossing folder with the rose. This is your Enchanting Rose. That is not something you should have seen. That is your Fairy Dust Glitter. Then you have your Fabulous Fountain. The next thing is something that I can't hold on to. That is your Happily Ever After. Couldn't remember what they were called. So that is your sort of bride and groom or prince and princess. Then we have Once Upon a Time. I mean, that is such an iconic font for the, you know, when you watch the films and you see that Once Upon a Time. Then you have the Princess Silhouette die. We have a selection of seam binding ribbon in 3 different colours, 3 different sizes. Then we have the pearlescent ink pads. This is your Make-A-Wish stamp and die set, so that beautiful little fairy. You then have your Once Upon a Time, these are your sort of swirls. And then finally, you have your embossing folder with that glass slipper, £60 or $80. Platinum price is £48 or $64. If you're going to be making these, you definitely need these. which is a selection of cards, essentially of cardstock. We always leave cardstock. We use it all the time, and you want to take advantage of when you got such a good deal as this. I want to flick it that way, but I can't. So this is your precious, look at that, that's terrible, look there. This is your precious golds. You've got loads of different gold colours in here. There's white. You've got old golds. You've got more of a copper shade. Why am I making such a meal of this? I really am, aren't I? There we go, that's better. You can see all those different colours in there. Old golds, bright golds, sort of like really kind of rich yellow gold colour. You've got some more sort of like sort of distressed golds, as well as sort of true gold colours in here, copper colours as well. Beautiful pearlescent cardstock, so this is all your Centura pearl. You've got 36 sheets of that, but also in the bundle you'll be getting your selection of green cardstock, so you've got your encapsulated glitter, you've got your matte mirror or your sort of satin mirrored cardstock, and also your full mirrored cardstock. So if I go here, you can see how great that is. Beautiful colours, great for Christmas actually with that lovely green. But you'll also be getting silver, again encapsulated glitter, matte mirror card, and also mirror card. And then finally you'll get the same for this kind of fuchsia pink. You can't see the matte mirror card, but we do have that in that bundle as well. Each of these contain 30 sheets, I think. Let me just check. Yeah, 30 sheets in each of these, and then 36 in that precious gold colour. All of this, look at all of that for just £30 or $45. Your platinum price is £24 or $36 as well. Beautiful, and you're going to be using this again and again. We are going to give you the opportunity to check out your baskets. We'll see you in a couple of moments.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello everybody, welcome back. You've just caught me trying to clear the mess where I spilt my water all over the table, which I'll have to do in between demos, I think. So sorry about that. Diana says, I've missed seeing you, Becky, so happy you're here today.
Aww.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not here an awful lot anymore. I'm here as much as I possibly can, but I do love coming into the studio and seeing all the great makes. It just inspires me. As soon as I go home, my husband's like, oh my God, you're going to get all your card making stuff out now, aren't you? And it's literally, wow, I've seen all these things, I'm going to have a go, because I think it's really inspiring actually seeing everything being made in situ. We've got loads of deals for you on this show. The next one I'm going to show you are our tri-blend brush pens. It's quite difficult.
Brush pens.
I'm sure the people in marketing deliberately make things
I've
tricky
said
for us
this.
to say.
They do it deliberately.
They
do.
They do. There's a couple of things that I just can't say. Not because they're rude or anything, but I just can't say them. These are absolutely beautiful. I need these in my life. A selection of your tricolour pens. You're getting 18 pens in here, but as Debbie was saying earlier, each of these pens has got 3 colours, so you're getting like a 3-in-1, and you've got that beautiful brush nib. If I show you all the different colours in here, you can see all the gradients of all of those colours that you're getting in these pens. Now, I always think these are absolutely brilliant if you're going to be travelling, if you're going to be doing some crafting on the go. I think long train rides, plane rides, those are the times when you've got loads of time to waste, or you need something to do, and this is such an absorbing thing to have to do a bit of colouring. So these are absolutely ideal because you're obviously carrying around with you far less pens than you would have to need to. But you're also going to be getting your Sara buddy bag. So this is one of the bags. It doesn't come with the pens here. We're showing you what it would look like when you put the pens in here. It's got your hook and loop tape on there to keep it nice and sturdy. You're just able to sort of fold it out like this and be able to use your pens, keeping everything nice and flat, because you don't want to put everything up portrait, you want to have more landscape, to ensure that good flow of ink is there. Really, really sturdy. These bags come with like a plastic box in them to keep everything nice and secure, which you can just see here. They'll come to you flat packed, so not going to take up any space. And these are really ideal if you want to sort of organise your crafty stash. You can see what everything inside them because it's nice and clear. You have this little handle on here, so you just need to pull that off your shelf and you've got all your pens ready to go. The price for the bag and also the pens is just £50.99 or $76.45. Platinum price is £40.79 or $61.16. The next thing we're going to have a look at are our ribbon threading dies. I've got some over here. Which one we're going to do? The create a card ones first. Yep, these ones are beautiful. I think they make incredible cards. These ones here. When we were looking at all of these earlier, they're all together on our list, and they're called collection and complete collection, I think, in them. We were not sure which ones are which, but we now know. This is your elaborate lace. You're getting a lot of metal for your money here. You can see how big that die is. You're getting the inner die to cut out all of that detail, and you're getting that outer die, so you can cut them into your card or out of your card. This first one, elaborate lace. Then you have diagonal lace. We then have bold florals. I think that is my favourite one. I like that one. We then have Baroque swirls and finally Charming lace. That is an incredible price. £12.99 for all of these, or $14.95. The platinum price is just £10.39 or $11.96. Incredible value. You're going to be able to use these very, very easily, nice and quickly, to create some really beautiful cards. And you've got some samples over there, haven't you?
Yeah, because that's exactly what they are. They are from the Create a Card range, so technically they're created for your ribbon and for you to thread ribbon through, because that's why they're called the ribbon threading dies. But I want you to look at these dies and also think of lovely background panels, things that you can cut into. Of course, you can add your ribbon, but you can add other things as well. You could paper thread, so you could thread small strands of paper through, or those lovely other things that you could thread through there, multicoloured ribbons, wired ribbons, plain ribbons, dotty ribbons, anything you want. And the lovely thing about these is not only the Create a Card, they've got multiple ways that you can thread.
Okay.
So we give you some examples. So I'm just going to show you what I mean by this. I mean, I love this one. I love the rainbow colour theme ribbon for a start. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Love the rainbow theme paper as well. And when you come in close, you can see it's been threaded just in one area. But because of that multicoloured ribbon, it looks like it's been threaded in tons of different ways. I love the bold florals. It's one of my favourite ones. And the same die, but now threaded in a different way. So go in the diagonal way, but then going up and down as well. And then if you look again, can you see in between here, you've still got multiple ways that you can thread this. Yeah. So I love them for that reason. And then, of course, you can literally take them, do a little bit of crisscross, make it look a little bit like a, not boudoir, what's the wrong word? Hang on a minute. Corset. Corset, thank you.
Something you might wear in a place like that.
I knew what I meant. In my head.
We all knew what you meant.
Oh, sometimes I wonder where my mind is. Again, use things like different coloured ribbons and then your papers, and they create a card. It's like a topper for a card instantly. That's just some of the ways that you can use them, and I'm going to show you my little way. Okay. Now, the diagonal lace is a gorgeous one. They're all gorgeous. You don't even have to choose, because you're getting every... Look at the price.
That's such a good price, isn't it?
Oh my God. My mouth, I looked over then, you know, you look up, I'm thinking, 80% saving. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen it at that price for all of them. That is fantastic, that deal. Regardless whether the ribbon threading dies or not, they're a Create a Card. You've got some beautiful background pieces. Oh my God, run, don't walk to that website. That's what I'm going to say again. I love saying that. Run, don't walk. Get over there, get them in the basket while they're at that phenomenal deal. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the terms of your different ways that you can, and this is just 3 ways we're giving you. So this one's got a lovely crisscross design. This one's got like a running train track design running through there. And then this one's just one single one through the centre. Doesn't matter which way you do it, they'll create some beautiful effects. And if you want, you could multi-layer some of those up as well and have a really nice threaded, especially if you use different colours. Yeah. The Create a Card element comes in the outer frame and then the inner frame. The inner frame cuts directly into cardstock. That creates your topper, and you can do that if you want to, but I wanted it slightly bigger, so I'm not going to use my outside frame. Okay. That's the beauty of a Create a Card. You've got the choice to do whatever you like with it. Now, as I spoke about earlier in the this morning, if your caught us on the wake-up call when I did the other style ribbon threading, place it onto your cardstock. I face it down. I'm going to bring in some low-tack tape, but power of the Gemini, I said this morning, these dies can and often do move if you've not used your low-tack tape and got those stuck into place. So I'm going to make sure that I have got it stuck down, and I'm sticking it onto my mat as well as me onto the plate, as well as the die and the cardstock. Yep. With this die, it is the normal combination that you would have for a thin metal die. So I'm going to put my plastic shim on there, my magnetic shim, and then lastly my other cutting plate, and run that on the top. Charlotte, I've lots of pictures been coming in of people's makes yet. One? Are they all asleep?
Yeah, we need more.
One? We wanted more than that. We want to see your lovely makes. Don't be shy, don't be afraid. Sending it in. Charlotte will put the details on the bottom in a second for you. Oh my God, one. I can't believe we've only got one. Surely there's some of you out there that have been
sure there are.
creating, and I'm pretty sure you will share your makes by just sending it into studio@crafterscompanion.co. Well, wait a minute, Debbie. .co.uk and share your makes with us, because we are nosy. We like to see what you're doing, and we love to share the inspiration as well.
Yeah, the nosy bit is the key.
The nosy
thing,
bit is
isn't it? We're quite
definitely, yeah,
keen,
we
quite
love,
nosy,
because we were talking about craft rooms earlier, and Sandra sent her picture in, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
Now, a little top tip when you're taking off your low tack tape, just pull it towards you, and it won't rip your cardstock. And then, of course, when you're removing, I mentioned that this morning, turn it over, pop your hand at the back, and then it just lifts off. And that way, you're not going to rip your cardstock. There is a lot of delicacy to this. There's a lot of intricacy to it. And the last thing you want to do is rip that beautiful design.
Yep.
So if I just bring my black cardstock back in again, just so you can see how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is I've got some, I call it the grow grain ribbon. Do you know that lovely...
With like a ridge in it, yeah?
Yeah, ridge in it, yeah. I did a top tip this morning, so I'll repeat it again for you. To make it easy in terms of threading and to stop things from fraying and being difficult to thread, I am going to literally pop some low tack tape around the edge. So I'm going to take a little bit off, and I'm going to just attach it to my end of the ribbon, and then literally, and I'm going to cinch it, that's the right word, cinch it in a little bit to make it a little bit thinner, because it's quite a thickish one. And the holes that I'm wanting to go through are the middle tracks. So I want to make sure that I get into there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to wrap that right round. When I think I'm done, in fact, I'll just do it a couple of times more. I'm then going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut myself a little pointed edge. And it just means it's a little bit easier to thread if you've got like an angled edge. Is that the right word I'm looking for? And then all I'm going to do is take my design, and I'm going to thread it through the centre. Now, I can do this one first. Let's thread up there. Again, if you look at this one, you've got the choice of going through double those dots, so you could run them up going across, like two sides, depending on the size of your ribbon. You've got the feature of a crisscross. So if you look at these four down here, you could crisscross this as well. So you've got a lovely crisscross design. I'm just going to go and keep it simple, with it being my first demonstration in ribbon threading. And I'm going to go up this first hole and down the second one. And as I mentioned earlier on today as well, I'm not going to keep redoing this. So I'm going to take this right to the very end, and I'm going to secure it down. Now, you can secure it down with tape, red liner tape, whatever it is that you want to do, but I'm going to just secure it with a very thin red liner tape, so it's not going to move, and it'll stay put.
Okay.
So let me find the end. There we go, found the end. Like I said, any choice of glue to do this, but I just don't want it moving. So I'm going to drop the red liner tape over there, and then just snip that off. And then any frayed edges you can trim off at the end.
Yep.
And I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. So if you turn it over, and I love these, depending on what kind of ribbon you're using, it can cinch in, so it can so that's quite a thick one when you look at the whole design, but it gives it a really nice ruched effect. So it's really nice to do that one as well. So I'm going to do that again, and then just bring that down. Oh, there we go.
Mary Pat said, I still need to make Debbie's corset card.
Oh, yeah, did a corset card, didn't I, a while back, yeah.
Did you use these kind of dies?
Yes, it was a ribbon threading die that I used. If I remember rightly, it was a ribbon threading die.
Yeah.
And I did like a little, the boudoir one.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Did one of them. Yeah, I
Don't need
did
to whisper
actually.
it, Debbie, we all heard.
Actually, I took some inspiration from when Michelle was on the design team, because it was a Michelle card that I saw that I got the inspiration from, and I thought, oh my God, I love that. So I recreated my own, and yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's a really nice one, that one. God, I can't believe you remember that one.
Valentine's Day or something like that, maybe. Stephanie says, I cannot get over the reduced prices. The prices are incredible. I'm even thinking about ordering them, and I've already got them.
Well, to be fair, if you've got some crafty friends, or if you want to double up on some dies, you can absolutely do that as well. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'll show you the one that I've done, but I want to show you some different multiple ways that you can do this. Okay. So let's come in and add it down, and we'll do a double track. So again, it's, you know, there's choices you're getting with this kind of die. But of course, that is, if you look at that, that's a beautiful decorative piece. It's a lovely background.
Yeah.
So honestly, these are definitely, at that price, the investment there is absolutely, it's off the chart amazing, that deal. It really, really is. Amazing
I suppose
deal.
you could cut them and then use them as a stencil, couldn't you? If you wanted to get that sort of image as well. They're very versatile.
Honestly, super versatile. They absolutely are, Becky. They're incredibly versatile and fabulous. I mean, I love a creator card at the best of times, but to get a creator card at that price, it's balmy. Actually, I don't know how many we've got left of them. We might have to get producer Jean to just double check, because at that price, I don't think they're going to hang around long.
No, I'm not
That really is a good deal. It really is.
Oh, not many.
Is that all we've got left? Oh my God, right.
You're gonna, if you want these, you're going to have to be quick.
Yeah,
That's all I'm going to say now.
I was just going to say, when he told me that, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Right, so yes, that's the Run Don't Walk, Becky.
Yeah.
Run Don't Walk to the website. Shall we tell it as it is, down to the teens? Yeah, well, I think we have to, because I think if you're loving that price and you sat on the fence, I don't want you to be disappointed in missing out on these, because that is the lowest price I've ever seen these dies, and it's a phenomenal price. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal price. So again, I'm just going to come in and we're just going to continue. So just going to make sure down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, fine. So we're going to come in. This is like a double one now. So if I just keep doing that and keep threading, and it's like a double track. And then I think on my last one, I might do the crisscross one for you if I've got enough ribbon. Because I've already got one to one side of me and I've kept it simple. But I just want to show you, again, how fabulous these are. Wow, what an amazing deal. I'm flabbergasted at that price. Flabbergasted. Have I twisted my ribbon? Oh, look at me. I've caught my ribbon underneath. Debbie, what are you doing? Dafty. All right, coming in and just push that through. And I think for speed, I'll just use my tape.
I like a bit of grosgrain ribbon.
You what, love?
I like a bit of grosgrain.
Gorgeous.
Grosgrain.
Grosgrain ribbon.
I can't say it, but I like it.
Gorgeous, isn't
no,
it?
I really like it.
Yeah.
Deborah said, whenever I get a scrap of ribbon on something, I save it and use it on cards. Just use some of these ribbon threading dies and turned out really pretty. Debbie Fisher said to me, she cuts out, you know, you get those little bits of ribbon in your tops.
Oh, I do that on your bras.
And she was sort of holding on to those. Because you might as well keep hold of them because they're always useful. Deborah also says, this is a super deal on these ribbon threading dies. Wow. We have less than 20 is what I'm going to say. There's less than 20 of these left. So if you do want to get them for that price, I'd definitely take them. They're great to give as gifts, but you know you've got such a good deal there.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And do you know what as well? Because I've done many of these in demonstration wise. Sometimes just add a couple of bits of ribbon and leave the rest.
Yeah.
And just add some maybe embellishments or maybe a topper or something like that. But you can continue to do that. And then of course the crisscross one, all you're going to do is, and if I just show you, I'll quickly just show you how to do the crisscross one. You're just going to go down and diagonal and then come back up the other one. So I'll just show you. Let me pull that towards the end and then come down, back up through this side and then down the other one, and you get that lovely crisscross, and you can continue that all the way across. So you're getting some very different looks every single time you do that. And again, if you do it again, let me just make sure that I'm coming up. I chopped that off because I wouldn't have that little bit showing there. Let's come in. And again, I'll just do it again. And the thinner the ribbon, the different look you'll get. The thicker the ribbon, a different look you'll get as well. But absolutely love these dies, and I love the possibilities, the endless possibilities when it comes to your ribbon choices, your ribbon colours, your different styles, and then of course this, being able to create different looks. So we've gone from a 1 to a 2 to a crisscross, and that's just 3 different ways you can use it, Becky.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop there because I have already, let me turn that over because it's a bit messy, I've already done mine, but I did it in single, and I've just done a single one all the way in the through 3 main parts and left these 2 clear. And I've popped some of that foam that's on the circular roll to pop that on there because it's our thinnest. It's the thinnest one we do. And it's really nice to do this because I'm going to mount it onto some card. I have created a base just slightly bigger than the 4x6 because that's what, well, technically this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So what I've done is I've brought in some of my favourite papers at the moment, which is from the Colours of Summer, and I'm going to pop that in. Now, this could actually be, at this point, a shaker card, because I could have backed some acetate over that and then trapped some nice sequins or glitter at the background as well. But I just want to create a little bit of dimension just by lifting it up with the foam. I've just gone for a basic card fold with this, Becky, and I've used the opposite end, because on the Colours of Summer you've got the beautiful florals and then the dotty on the other side as well. So I'm just going to literally pop that onto the back. And again, lay that down. And I've chosen the colours. Again, as I explained this morning, one of my little crafty top tips is always choose your paper, then choose your ribbon. Because you'll be able to match a ribbon to a paper better than a ribbon to the other way around, if that makes sense. Just because it can become slightly tricky when you do that, and that's the last thing we want. So I'm just going to come now and add a little bit of glue onto the back. Attach that to my card base. Keeping it really nice and simple. But again, effective, really nice, effective. I'm just lining that up. And because I've got the, she says when she can find it. Oh, it's there. Because I've got the Once Upon a Time, I've used the May All Your Dreams Come True for this. And I'm just going to attach it onto the bottom. And I think I'm going to lay that flat. So let's just come in. And then I'm going to search for a couple of little gems. Just lift that off the bottom a little bit.
I love the colours you've used.
The colours are beautiful, aren't they?
They are absolutely
Very happy.
gorgeous. And let me just see if I've got, oh, do you know,
I normally have some nice colours in there. I don't think I've got any in that are going to match that, so I'm going to leave that. But normally I would add like a little gem or two just onto there. But quite happy with that. And there you go.
Very
Beautiful.
nice.
Beautiful. Ribbon threading creator card die. And again, simple but really quite elegant looking.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Love that. Mary Pat said, that price is a steal. I waited for a sale and thought the price was amazing. This is out of this world. Really lovely. A few people are saying they're sending in some pictures, which is great. Lots of people saying they can't get over the reduced prices. There are not many left. I would say, you know, as I said 5 minutes ago, that few minutes ago there was less than 20. I suspect that there are going to be even less now. So if you do want those, definitely pop them into your basket as soon as you possibly can. Deborah says, I'm so excited for this afternoon. We'll be FaceTime crafting with my crafty friend who lives an hour away. That's a nice idea. What are you going to be making? Let us know what you're going to be making. Should I have a look at, we have a quick look at these ones? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, of course we need to do a recap. These are the creator card dies that we've just seen. But boards are the best way to see them because you can see the wealth of detail that you're going to be getting in here. This first one is your elaborate lace. Then you have the one that you've just seen, which is your diagonal lace. Very pretty. And as Debbie was saying, you can use them in all sorts of different ways. You could just use them just as a background if you wanted to. I mean, that is really lovely. It's very much like that Moroccan tile or the Mediterranean tile that we had in the Mediterranean Dreams collection. This is your bold florals. This one is your Baroque swirls. And you've got charming lace here. So this price that we've got here for all of them, I think is less than what it was just for one of them. Buy one, get four free. Wow. I mean, that is an amazing deal, isn't it? £12.99 or $14.95. Platinum price is £10.39 or $11.96. Like I say, I've already got these, but I'm even thinking about ordering some more. They're still in stock, just be quick. Did you want to see these ones as well? Would you like to have a look at these ones too? So these again are ribbon threading dies, but these are the ones in the strip that you saw Debbie demonstrating earlier today. So same kind of theory, but they're just sort of long strips. But again, very versatile, as you saw in the demo that Debbie did. We're using those on a box. They look fantastic. This one is your modern geometric. We then have delicate butterfly. This next one is your decorative flourish. This one here is your entwined elegance. That was the one that I think lends itself to like a corset card, that one. This next one is your alluring Aztec. And then finally, we have Charming Hearts. The price for all of these is £32 or $42. You're saving 20% on this. The platinum price is £26.40 or $33.60. Lots of people loving that card. Mary Pat says, very pretty card, Debbie. Kimberly Wright says, very pretty card. Deborah says, a gorgeous card. Oh my goodness, I love that yellow floral paper. Lois says, very pretty card. And Sarah Ibsen says, very pretty. Everyone loves it, I think, is the overall details. Everyone loves it. Right, we're going to have a look at some of the photos that you've been sending us in because we are nosy and we do like to see what you've been making. So we've got a few of the pictures. We probably won't be able to show everything that you've sent through because I know lots of people have sent loads of pictures, but we will do our best. So the first one we've got here is Barbara. That's gorgeous. That was was that the missing puzzle piece? Well, silhouettes.
Dies, weren't they?
Cat and dog. I think that's lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That
really
I love the
gorgeous.
Dramatic colour there.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a boat. It looks like a photo book. Are they photo albums?
Oh, maybe
then?
it is. Yeah, it looks like a
Yeah, they look
Bobby.
lovely.
That's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much, Barbara. The next one we've got is from Samantha. This is a winter card that she's just... Is Samantha the lady that's just said she made her first card?
Sam's first card? That's not Sam's first card. Sam's been crafting a while.
No, that's Jan Quayle, who said she made her first Christmas card from Sparkling Winter Collection. But that's beautiful. Winter card you've got there. The next one we've got is a lovely Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Oh,
from
that's
Kathy.
gorgeous.
Love those colours. That
colours
blue
are
and the
gorgeous,
yellow.
yeah.
Very nice. Like that one. This next one is from Kathy
I love that as well. That's
a
beautiful.
lovely full one with all those sort of skeletons of the leaves, maple leaves they look like, don't they? Floating down the side. Oh, look at this. This is from Evelyn. That was...
Oh, gorgeous.
Was that the craft along?
Looks like the craft along project, yeah.
That's lovely. Again, we didn't go and get any gingerbread in the...
We didn't, did we? No, I know.
I'm going to think about gingerbread on my journey back to Birmingham later tonight. The next one we've got is from Kathy with some iris folding.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
That's nice, isn't it?
Love iris folding. That is beautiful.
I like that one.
Absolutely beautiful.
And Mediterranean Dreams collection behind it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Get me.
That looks like the papers. Yeah, I think you might be right there, Becky.
Next one is from Jane. Jane, is this this is your first card?
Oh my God, you're kidding.
I think it is, because Jane said she made her first card and box using the winter collection. Yeah. I made my very first Christmas card and box.
Really?
Wow. Impressive. Very good. I mean, they're all impressive, beautiful. If you were looking for inspiration, you don't need to go too far. You just need to look in the Crafters Companion Facebook page and to see what everybody is making. Really, really gorgeous. Very cute Halloween card is from Deborah, and Michelle says, great makes, everyone. They really are absolutely gorgeous. Speaking of great makes, we're going over there for even more great makes.
Do you know what? I've just realised I haven't got my dies out. 2 seconds. Sorry, Becky. I've been so busy there he is. All right.
I don't know.
Do you know what? I was so busy watching.
I know.
And trying to get my bits together because I realised I've not done the ends of me ribbon.
Ends of your ribbon.
Oh, let me sort that out in a second because I want to get my dies out because these dies are gorgeous. I'll show you a few makes as well.
Yep.
Because stunning, and I'm going to recreate something that I've seen in here because they're beautiful. I love these so much. Strip dies. They're a strip, so you can literally create a really nice strip of adding on like a topper, and then you've got these that you can create like on the spine of things as well. So this would be a lovely one on the spine of a book as well, but absolutely gorgeous. But of course, I mean, this is where you can be going with these, and I'm going to do something similar to this. Absolutely beautiful. So many gorgeous, gorgeous makes. Really, really love these dies. The price on these, again, absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just going to make sure I've got the right one here because I'm looking for, let me make sure because I wrote it down, I want the Decadent Arts. Is it here? Oh, it'd be about right. Just hang on a minute, Becky.
Well, I used the heart one. And Debbie Fisher told me off because I put my heart sideways and she was very upset about that.
Why was she upset about that?
Because she said hearts need to go upright.
She said what?
Hearts need to go upright.
Really?
Yeah, and so I did mine sideways.
Nah.
And then in my demo, I did one going one way and one going the other. Just to be deliberately difficult.
I'm debating which one to use because the one I've done, I think I've used the Decadent Art. Is the Decadent Hearts in this collection? Because
It is.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah,
it's the only die I haven't got.
Charming Hearts. I might have it.
I tell you what I'll show you, because I've got one prepped in terms of the finished thing, but I'll just show you how you use these because they're really simple, they're really easy, but I don't know why I haven't got that particular design, so I do apologise, but bear with me because...
They all work in the same way, don't they?
Yeah, they do, they absolutely do. Oh, sorry, you're showing them, Becky. Apologies.
I've got the boards, but I don't have the actual product.
The product,
I thought I might have them here, but I could
have stripped it off, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to show you how they work. So, if you want to use these dies, now they come in 3 parts. Every single one of them come in 3 parts. Now, I've done a fold back card here. So this actually measures at 6 by 7 and I've scored it at 3 inches. So it gives this really nice fold because I'm going to do a double Z fold card. I've actually done a strip that's exactly the same. So it actually was... If we terms of the size of the card, it absolutely measured, because I did it from an A3 card, was 8 3/4 and then just chopped off a couple of inches. So it's exactly the same fold in the same place, but it just gives me the way to be able to create what I call the double Z fold card, just by reversing it.
Oh, clever.
It's a really lovely, simple one to do. All you need to do is bear it in mind, because you can do this again in a separate piece, but if you are going to do it from one sheet of card, you're just going to decide how much you're going to take off at the top, because it's the same fold, it's the same size, but it's the same fold, but it's just a reverse. So you're just turning it round to create that double Z fold card.
Wow.
So for the lovely lady who says she just started making cards, that's how easy it is to do that.
Brilliant.
But these dies, go back to the dies, Debbie. So you can cut out strips from them. So by using both of those dies together, and if I bring that black in, because again, on white on white, you just get lost in that design. You can cut out a full strip by simply running that through your die cutting machine. Now you're going to see in a second when I bring this in, it's not the same design because I used this design. And that will cut your strip out when you run it through. Now, if you want to create some illusion on the side of your card, what you're going to do is you are going to literally... Now, this will cut into cardstock as well as out of cardstock. Do you know what? I think it might be the... Do you know, I think I used 2. Let me just have a quick peek.
Because obviously you could mix and match them, can't you?
Like you did on absolutely.
Like you did on your earlier make.
I think it's this one. Let me show you this one because I want to show you this. So exactly the same, like you said, mix and match, definitely, Becky. Absolutely. But do you know when you want like a scalloped edge?
Yeah.
You'll pop your scalloped edge onto there, and then your die. Now, this is entirely up to you how you do this. If you're not confident or comfortable with doing that in the same way, do it separately. So because this design, can you see how it matches? It's got the lovely dotted design, but it's also got this scalloped. So by that I mean, run this through first if you want to run it through first, or if you're feeling brave, as long as you've taped it down really, really well, and I mean really well, you won't get any movement. The danger is, and I'll probably do it this way just to show you, but I'm going to line them both up side by side. I'm going to tape them down because I've got lots of tape here. But I don't want, in fact, I'm going to tape that down first because I don't want that moving. And the same with this side. And then I'm going to put that die in. Until you get used to this, I would recommend doing it one at a time. Right. That's my personal opinion, just until you're used to it. And to be fair, how long does it take the new Gemini to go through now?
It's no time, isn't it?
It's how many seconds? It's quicker.
Is it 12 seconds or something like that?
I think it's, so I had to count it the other week when I was down at Hobby Maker, and I think we worked it out to 9 seconds now.
Really? 9 seconds?
I think it's 9 seconds, if I remember rightly.
Well, I don't have a spare 9 seconds, you know.
But in terms of like running it through twice, it's a few seconds.
Time, is it?
Now, with the new Gemini 2, you don't have to do this because the only reason I'm doing it that way is because I'm going sideways along the strip of my cardstock. That's why I do it that way. But you can run it through because obviously it's the size of my card, and you can run it through the other way now, which I absolutely love. Have you got yours yet, Becky?
Have I got my Gemini?
Your Gemini?
No, I haven't.
Not yet?
No. I am going to get one. I bought my mum one, but not a Gemini 2. I bought her the original Gemini before I realised the Gemini 2 was coming out so imminently, which was silly because I should have given my mum my old Gemini and kept the new one for myself.
Yes.
But I I have had a bit of an accident with my Gemini.
You haven't, have you?
I have, because I put my iron too close to it, and the mouth of my Gemini has gone, It still works perfectly well, but it just doesn't look very, tidy. And so if you've watched me on any of my Facebook Lives on a Wednesday, you may have seen that the mouth of my Gemini just looks a little bit. Actually, it doesn't look sad, it looks happy. So it looks like it's got a little mouth. But no, I do need to get myself organised and get one. It's just getting myself tidied up in my craft room, so I've got space for everything.
Do you do them every Wednesday night, Becky?
I do them every Wednesday at 5 p.m.
I love it. Love it.
We're all doing Facebook Lives now, aren't we?
Oh, I've done them for a couple of years now, but not as regularly as I would like, but yeah, for a couple of years. Right, that's how you would get it down the edge. Now, I have just doubled up because, can you see this fold here? I just repeated it, but on the other side.
Okay.
So that's when you'll end up with this lovely fold.
Great.
And then I've got my strip, so I've got the I call it the Aztec strip, but it's the other strip because this is going to sit on the front connecting with my double Z fold card. However, got a bit of threading to do. So let's get on with some threading. Right, Becky, you want to read some comments out? Is there any more comments coming in? How quiet are the guys tonight? Are they chatting amongst themselves?
I think everyone's chatting amongst themselves, although everybody is loving the makes that we showed earlier on. So everyone's saying well done to each other. But
that's lovely.
I think people are sort of chatting amongst themselves. I suppose lots of people are getting ready to go back to work tomorrow, aren't they? Because see, it's coming up to the ends of the summer holidays for the children's schools.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's the
last week,
it's the last hurrah, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
So maybe people are getting themselves organised whilst watching us as well. But as I say, if you do have any questions, if you're a new crafter or if you're a crafter that's just, you know, sort of using something a little bit different, not too sure about a glue or an ink pad or something like that, this is your opportunity to ask Debbie while she's here. It might be a question about ribbon.
How much have you got?
Do you know what? I tried to use velvet ribbon in this.
You tried to use what, sorry?
Velvet ribbon.
Velvet ribbon?
Don't do that.
Why?
Because it's a bit too thick.
Ah, right, okay.
So I think it's okay in certain places if the velvet ribbon's not too wide.
Well, that's good to know, Becky, because I've not used velvet ribbon.
Yeah.
I have got some, but I haven't used it through these dyes yet.
I think it's just too plushy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
You want something smooth, like a double-sided satin.
Yeah.
Or grosgrain or an organza ribbon's quite nice. But they're
organza's beautiful. Honestly, absolutely beautiful organza ribbon through, yeah. I totally agree with you with that one, but not tried velvet, but thank you for that little top tip, because that means that people, if they were probably thinking, I'll use some velvet, that's a little good top tip to know.
I mean, it just takes a little bit more work, I think. It's much easier to do these. Rosalind says, these ribbon threading dies would make nice borders for a scrapbook page.
Yes, they would.
They would, lovely.
Absolutely. And again, if you want to use the ribbon, that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to use ribbon, don't use it.
Yeah.
Do not use it. If you don't want to do that, absolutely. Now, I'm going to just pop a little bit of glue just onto here. Now, I would normally use at this point a fine tip applicator because I've kept the size of the card. But if you want to make it bigger, absolutely. So you've got a bigger gap there to add a bit of red liner tape. I'm just going to come in and add a little bit of tape just to pop that down and then trim it off. And then you've got that lovely feature running through there. I'm just going to make sure that's in the centre because Debbie didn't make sure it was in the centre before she stuck it down. Oh, Becky.
Oh, Debbie.
I know, I know. I needed to make sure my ribbon, let's just push that over there. I've got something gloopy on the end of my poker tool and it's driving me absolutely mad.
Is it glue?
I think it might be a bit of glue, actually. Ooh, now look what I've done, Becky. Look what I've done.
Oh, no, Debbie.
I've pulled it out. That's because I didn't... Oh, Debbie. Let me just make sure I'm coming back in there. So let's come up. Oh, that would be about right, wouldn't it, Becky? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat at that bottom bit. I think you'll forgive me. I think it'll be fine.
No.
What do you mean, no? Becky, you meant to have me back.
No, it's fine.
It's my own fault because I didn't stick it down because I didn't centralise it, which is what I wanted to do. But we'll trim that off. So again, just trim. And then we'll start again on the other side as well. So actually, I'm going to get my other ribbon because that's not going to see it all through there. So I'm just going to take my ribbon off, Becky. Chat amongst yourselves while I'm doing this, guys, because I've just got my ribbon to unthread.
We've got more photos we can show
Have
while you're
we?
doing this.
You
Yeah.
see, they woke up, didn't they, when I told them?
How many have we
fabulous.
got? 300? 400?
A
Not
lot.
quite. Not quite, but we're really glad that you're sending in lots of images.
Thank
we like
you,
to
yes.
see what people are doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of people are crafting and watching. So
Well,
that's
that's the
why,
thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what people are doing today, which is lovely. I always think it's quite nice to craft. I quite often sit and do my sewing whilst watching a show.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
I do, when I'm in my craft room, I do like to watch, although I'm having a few internet issues. But just found out, one member of my family, so my niece's boyfriend, he's a whiz with technology. That's what he does for a living. And I've known Cam now for like a fair few years, and I can't believe I've just found this information out. So he's coming to sort my internet issues out.
Oh, that's
although he
good.
did tell me I could try, first of all, switching providers, because he was recommending Virgin as a good one. And we've just had all the cables laid in our areas a couple of years back. So I'm thinking I might switch internet. But he's going to try me a solution first, because I told him about me waste of money buying these new router things that drove me mad and won't work. Do you know the boosters that you can buy?
Yeah.
What a waste of money they were. So he's going to come and try something else for me to see if it'll fix me internet connections upstairs, so that when I do go live next time, I won't keep freezing and buffering, which is what's been happening.
Do you have buffering face?
A buffering face, yeah. Yeah, the resting face. Do you know the resting one that we talk about? God, it's not flattering in the slightest. Right, Becky, I'm going to carry on threading. So do you want to show some pictures at this point, or a couple of comments?
I've got a couple of questions, actually.
Oh, fire away, yeah.
Lynn says, what's the width of the ribbon slots? Are they the same on each die?
No, they're all different. So this particular design, it's just shy of 1/2 inch. And the ribbon I'm using is quite a thin one, so that's why I've got a bit of gap in this one. However, yeah, all of them vary. They've all got a varying different size on there.
Okay. And Sheila says, all of my cards end up wobbly and a little bit warped, regardless of the mediums used or the number of mats and layers used. What am I doing wrong?
Warped, so it could be too much glue.
Right.
Are you meaning warped when you've put your mats and layers on, or warped when you've used the die cutting? If we could just have a little bit more information, that would be fabulous. But if you've got a bit of warpage, it probably means that you've got too much glue. And also, what glue are you using to stick your mat and layers down with?
And I suppose if you're leaving it to dry in between.
Yes.
Will that make a difference?
Yeah, it can make a difference, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
let us know, Sheila, what
Yeah,
what
if
you're
you'd let us
doing.
know, Sheila, so I can try and help you a little bit with that.
Hannah says, this one's for me actually, I've bought the cut and stitch and festive treat dies and fabric plates. Do I use my fabric plates with felt? In my mind, I think you said you use fabric plates for everything. Actually, with felt, I don't use the fabric plates. I find they cut better, especially when you're doing, if you're using the cut and stitch dies, they're the ones with tiny little perforations in them. I use your original plates that you come with your Gemini, and I use the metal shim and the frosted shim. So I use the metal shim and I put my fabric, my felt down with my die on the top, and then I put my frosted shim over the top and then my clear plate over the top of that. I find that cuts felt better, but I cut 2 layers of felt, and with those cut and stitch dies, with those little perforations, run them through the machine twice. Because of the way the felt is, it's got all of those different fibres in them, so sometimes it doesn't cut. You end up with a few sort of fibres here and there, so put them through the machine twice. Any more problems, just let me know.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. See, this is what I love about this, Becky. We're live, we're interactive, we can answer questions. Sometimes they're not related to what we've got on the show. That's absolutely fine. We will try and answer and troubleshoot live while we're here. If I do this one more time, Becky, I'm gonna kick myself. I should have glued it down at the start. I've done it yet again. What am I like? Seriously.
I don't know, Debbie. Really, I don't know.
Honestly, sometimes I despair of myself. To simply despair of myself. Let me just push that to one side. And this is when I really should have made sure. I had one prepped earlier. Dean said to me, how quick do you think you're going to get it done, Debbie?
8. Did you say? 8.
How fast am I going to get it done?
Oh, get it?
Me,
I thought you said 8.
Take me a few minutes. Just take me a few minutes. I forgot that I hadn't prepped this. I hadn't put my ribbon through because I wanted to show live how to do it, how easy it is to do, and how effective it can look. So that's why I've done this, Becky. So I don't know if we've got any more pictures to show while I'm just finishing my ribbon
We
threading.
have got some amazing pictures to come through, I
fabulous.
think. So we should have a look at those whilst we're carrying on doing the ribbon threading. This is from Aisha. Aisha.
Look at all them.
They look lovely. I really like the colours you've used in those.
Yeah, gorgeous.
They look beautiful. Very much like those.
Absolutely
well
beautiful.
done. This is Michelle's Crafty Creations.
Wow.
Is that the new Cosy Cottage?
It is, it's the Cosy Cottage, yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
I
I love those.
That looks really good. Oh, I'm loving those. Yep. Next one. This is from Victoria. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
What is
love
that?
that.
What
I'm a
dies are
light up
they?
box girl, Becky, so
You
that's
do-
right up my street.
I've never made a light up box, but I keep looking at your craft-ons and thinking I must do that. Definitely. That's gorgeous. Well done. Like that a lot. This next one is from Christine. Oh, look at that. Is that not so cute? With that
Absolutely
gorgeous.
gorgeous. Look at the little, from the, I think they might have been from the penny sliders, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think so. I
Oh,
could be
that's
wrong.
lovely. This next one from Christine, that's really nice with the ribbon threading in a
that
like
is
a wreath. That's very
gorgeous.
pretty.
That is beautiful. I love that. Love that. I've got
This
some
one's
more.
from Rosalind.
Ooh.
That's nice, isn't it? Is that, I'm going to have to go closer to see that one. Is that fabric? That is really impressive with all the little buttons, like a little bag. Is it a bag or is it, it is a bag. Oh no, it's a wall hanging, isn't it? I can see it's a wall hanging. And you've got your scissors and you've got all of those spools of thread going all the way around the outside and the buttons in the middle. That's great.
Beautiful.
Love that. And last one is from Crazy Crafting Grandma. That's gorgeous. I like that. That little snowman. That was an embossing folder, wasn't it? I think. Embossing
That was
folder.
that last year's, that one?
I think it was.
Vintage Snowman? I think
Yeah,
it
I
might
think
have
it
been
was.
Vintage Snowman, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, back to me ribbon threading. So I have done all my sides, stuck them all down. I've got my mats and my layers all ready because I'm going to pop on here. And I've got an old paper pad out. Some of you who are regular viewers and who've been following us for a while will know that this is from the Fairy Garden. One of my favourite nature's gardens, the Fairy Garden.
Nice.
And it was just some paper I wanted to use up. So I've popped that one on that side. I've added a little strip just down here as well. Mats and layers, just work out your sizes that you've got left to create to make your width. That one was actually just shy of 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to pop that on as well. So yeah, this is from me old Fairy Garden paper pad that I realised I must have bought about 10 of because I've got loads of them and I thought I need to use them, Becky, I need to use them. I'm going to leave this section clear, but my double Z fold card I'm going to add now the strip over, which is why I've not added the paper because I thought that will look really nice just over the top. And then on my little panels I've just created matching it all up again.
Okay.
So let's come in, add that in. I'm just going to sit that down just for a second to get it into place. And add this.
While you're gluing those mats and layers together, Sheila's come back to us and she said about her cards warping and being a bit wobbly. It's when they're finished, I leave them to dry and I use a glue stick. Possibly my base card stock is not strong enough to support the mats and layers. What GSM card would you use for the card blank?
Definitely anything from a 250 upwards.
Yep.
I'm just wondering what glue stick, because I think it could be an issue with the glue.
Right.
Because we don't do a glue stick.
Yeah.
So glue stick, so we always talk about different glues that we have in our stash. So again, Sheila, if you could just drop a little message, and if we don't get time tonight, drop me a message to tell me which ones you're using. Because for mats and layers, this is your perfect glue, all purpose. It gives you extra rigidity. What you don't want to be doing is swamping it with glue. The little top tip, whether you're using a tacky glue or whether you're using a wet all-purpose, this is solvent-based. That's a low water content based one, so it's not lots of water in it, it's a low water content based one. But don't swamp it with loads of glue because that you will end up with bubbles and
Like
ripples.
puckering and stuff
Yes,
like that. Yeah.
But I'm just wondering when you're saying a glue stick, which glue stick it is that you're using. So
Okay.
if you want to let us know, and if we don't get time to answer now, and we don't answer it, then please do drop me a message,
Okay, thank
and
you.
I'll answer that.
That's brilliant. And lots of messages coming in, everyone complimenting all of those beautiful makes you've been sending in, and they're really quite spectacular seeing
Yes,
other people's
yeah.
makes, aren't they? I really do love
Absolutely.
it. Well done, everyone.
Now I'm going to add this onto the front, so what I'm going to do is going to go across. Now the only way that I can recommend doing this is drop your tape pen onto one end, and I'm just going to hold it down because I'm going to take it right to the, I'm saying right to the very edge, but I'm actually going to have it a little bit over the edge. So in terms of, let me just drop that down to show you what I mean. I'm going to just position it into place, and I'm going to have it, I mean, this is the lovely thing about a double Z fold. You can have it at the top, middle, bottom. It's entirely up to you. But I'm just going to position it so that my fold, there we go, I'm about right there, and then stick that down. Because I've used a wet glue, I need to be careful with this. I told you about earlier, using mats and layers and making them dry in between the stages. Always quite a nice, important one. Now, for this, I am not going to put the glue on the back of that. I'm going to put it here. Another little tip, just pop that glue onto that side so that when you lower that down now, you know you've got it in the best position. And that should be nice and straight now, so that I've got that lovely double Z fold going off. Now the last thing I'm going to add is I'm going to use some of my, again, because we've had, and it's featuring heavily today, we've had the Once Upon a Time, I've used the Leave a Little Sparkle wherever you go.
Yep.
This is a lovely thing about being able to mix and match your things into place. Let me just make sure I've got that the right way around the glue. Yep, so I'm just going to pop my glue onto this side. Take that out into the centre, and then I'm going to add just a few little embellishments because I've got a few little butterflies that I've cut out when they're not sticking to me plastic bits there. Let's get all of those, and dotty glue pen, and just add these on into situ, and then literally now we're nearly done. So sorry Dean, it's took a while, I do apologise. I realised I hadn't do a Blue Petery style, and I hadn't made one earlier. Silly old me.
That's what I used to want to be.
You what, love?
I used to want to do the crafty stuff on Blue Peter.
Did you?
Know, yeah, you know, they'd make a pen tidy out of some old toilet rolls and some sticky back plastic. I've always thought I'd like to do that. And this is like doing the crafty bit on Blue Peter every day, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just going to add a little gem into the centre of my little butterflies. And there you go, Becky, nearly done. Leave a bit of sparkle, you've got to leave a bit of sparkle, so we might as well add a bit of sparkle. And then just add a couple onto my little love heart as well, just so that they all tally up and marry up. I normally put, oh actually I've got a third one, because I normally put 3 on. I like me, I like me uneven numbers, not me, I like the odd numbers, not the even numbers, sorry. So I like to do things in 3s. And because I've put my 3 dots on, there you go. Yep. Beautiful, gorgeous ribbon dies, beautiful design, and just have a lot of fun with them because they are absolutely beautiful. And there you go.
Gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
Do you know, Rosalind said the card is so pretty you hadn't even finished it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. We've got a couple of questions, but I think we need to get the vote going for demo of the show first of all.
Ooh, yes.
So let's do that, and then we'll go to the little questions that we've got here. You've made, how many did you make?
I think I've done 3. I've got 4 planned, however, doesn't matter, because 3, it's not always about quantity.
It's about quality.
About quality, yes, absolutely. So we'll start back at the very beginning. God, I can't believe that we're at the beginning. Number 1 is the embossed one coloured in. Number 2 is the creator card ribbon die. And then number 3, what you've just seen me complete from start to finish, is number 3. So it's 3, it's 2, it's 1, you decide.
Fantastic. Please get your votes in, and we also need to vote for demo of the day as well. So, a question. Which glue works best on mount board, a wet or a tape pen?
Definitely a wet on mount board. And I suppose it depends what you're sticking it to. If you're sticking mount board to something, hot glue gun's always a good one because it's an instant stick. Tacky glue's a good one because of that low water content, or your all-purpose. Tape pen, don't forget, it is strong, but you're talking mount board, which is thicker. So it depends on what you're using it in terms of. If you're using it into like a mixed media project, into a canvas or something like that, use a really strong glue, hot glue gun, stick it down. But yeah, you use a wet glue for your mount board.
Okay. Yeah. Then Terry says, could you ribbon die cut the Z fold part, or would it be too weak?
No, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah, that would look lovely. Cutting straight through, yes, absolutely you can do. What I would do with that is I wouldn't cut the solid pieces. I would just cut it into the cardstock using, she says, trying to get it up, just that. And then
Make it a bit wider.
yes, just make it a bit wider, and that will look lovely. Put your ribbon back at the back of it. Yeah, it looked really nice. That.
Okay, lovely. And Sheila's come back to us and said she's using a Pritt stick.
Yeah, no.
And base cardstock is not as strong as you've recommended.
Right, can I just give you a little heads up with Pritt stick? So Pritt stick's a well-known glue. It's a fabulous glue for what it does, but it's not for card making. I genuinely mean it. I know these things because I've used them in the past, and you won't get a really good contact with your cardstock and your paper. So use your Pritt stick for what it's meant for, but not for your card making. Definitely invest in an all-purpose glue. The tacky, let me just grab the tacky glue. To get yourself started with, use these. Now, mats and layers, absolutely every single time. You'll get a perfect one for your mat and layers. If you're using a coated cardstock, definitely use tacky glue. You can use it in your paper crafting as well, but be very careful because the water content can seep in and it can ripple and it can create bubbles. So mats and layers, coated cardstock, and for lots of other things as well. I use it for gems, I use it for ribbons, I use it for absolutely all sorts. But definitely invest in those two. Put your Pritt stick to one side, and I think that's where it might be going wrong.
Okay.
And it's not me dissing Pritt stick. Pritt stick's good. It's a good glue.
Yeah.
But it's not for your mats and layers or putting construction together. It's just not right. Yeah.
And better and higher GSM for your card base
Yes,
as well.
definitely.
Yeah, all those
Definitely.
things. Brilliant. We have a demo of the show. So I can let you know which one is demo of the show.
All right,
nice
okay.
and quick, yeah. Because we've got a few more things to show you before, and we need to do demo of the day as well, don't we?
Oh, I forgot about that one, yeah.
So, demo of the show is, now Debbie, which one did you think was going to be winner?
I'm going to be honest, between 1 and 3.
Okay, and in the gallery, I always like to find out if anyone has got it right. And don't cheat by looking at the messages that's coming.
Oh, Dean.
It was number 3.
Which one did we find? 2, did he say? It was what?
Number 3.
Oh, thank
not
you.
surprised. That's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
We need to do a demo of the
Well, this is nice and
day.
easy, Becky, because...
It is.
And it's, oh my God, it's a battle of the ribbon for
It
you today.
is, isn't it?
Because we didn't have a demo in the second show. It was a craft vault.
That's right.
So it's nice and easy. So, Grace, you'll love me for this. Number 1, the box.
Yeah.
Using our... Isn't that funny? It's the 2 strip ribbon dies. Yeah. So that's number 1. Or number 2, the double Z fold card. So 1 or 2, you decide.
Brilliant. Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, a quick recap as to what you've just seen here. So these are the ribbon threading dies. I'm going to whiz through them really quickly. So these are the ones that are the strip. This is modern geometric. We then have your delicate butterfly. This next one is your decorative flourish. This one is your entwined elegance. This is your alluring Aztec, and this one is your charming hearts. These are £33 or $42. Platinum price is £26.40 or $33.60. And it's definitely been the thing that everyone is keen on, the ribbon threading dies.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Are we going to do create a card quickly? Yes. Right, let's have a look at these. I think these are just gorgeous, these creator cards. And like I say, I've not seen these before. I've obviously missed out on these, but they are going in my bag. Not these ones, because I'll get into trouble, but they're going in my basket, definitely. These are beautiful creator cards. I'm going to show you some samples in a moment. This one is your stylish swirls. This is your English heritage. Really beautiful imagery down there, lovely. This next one is your contemporary blossom. This is your Baroque frame, and you can see from these dies how much you're getting. You're getting this very intricate design in the centre. You're getting that die to cut out the frame, and then you're getting this very pretty intricate frame around the outside. They are all the same size, so I think you can probably mix and match these. So you can use these outer frames with the other ones and move them all around. This one is your Moroccan tile. And this final one is your garden lattice. Really beautiful. If I show you a few samples, you will see how gorgeous they are. This card here, chosen the most difficult card to show you. There we go. Look at that, that's beautiful. This one with those flowers, using some of our pens to create that kind of almost like a hippie kind of 60s vibe that you've got here. This one using the Moroccan tile, but using it with more of our Roaring 20s cardstock, makes it look totally different. This one here, look at those purples and blues, very kind of ethereal, magical kind of look to it. And I'll show you this one using the Moroccan tile again, but in a totally different way. So you've almost got a stained glass window effect on this here. £75 or $95. That is platinum price of £60 or $76. They are absolutely gorgeous. They're my favourite thing of the day, is what I'm going to say. But definitely the favourite thing for all of you is being those ribbon threading dies. We have the next. I've already got a winner, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to keep you in suspenders.
Oh.
Yeah, going to keep you in suspenders so you're not going to know. I'm going to grab these ink pads first of all. Just going to keep you all waiting. You don't know, you don't know. Right, let's have a look. Shimmer ink pads. Now these are, when I got these out yesterday, we were saying they're looking a bit mucky. They're looking a bit mucky because they're so juicy. There is so much colour in these. You can really, really see the different colours in these. They're shaped like a teardrop. It makes them more ergonomically correct for when you use them. They have most beautiful hues in here. This first one is your, can't read upside down, amethyst. Then we have toffee apple. They're just gorgeous colours. We then have, I can't read upside down, starlit sky, tropic blue. We've then got frosty mist, peach rose, lime soda. Makes me want to have a drink, that one, doesn't it? Like a slush puppy, raspberry. Oh, a raspberry slush puppy. They're the blue ones. I think they are, aren't they? Then we have a sugar plum, beautiful deep purple colour. And then we have Queen Bee here. So you're getting 10 of your shimmer ink pads all together to show you what they look like. Look at these. They are absolutely beautiful. You can really see the colour in them. When I move that around, it picks up the light. Look at that. I mean, that one's been heat embossed. That's the word I was looking for. This one here with that beautiful butterfly in those beautiful colours, that sort of like purples and lilac colours. They are just gorgeous. This one here using some of those raspberry pinks. And then these ones here, using those shimmer ink pads for some actual painting in there. It looks really, really beautiful. The price for this is, again, a great price, £45 or $65. Platinum price is £36 or $52 with all of these here. You've got incredible deals on this show today. Remember, I'm going to keep on saying it, and you're going to be saying, be quiet, Becky. Bank Holes 20 is going to give you a 20% discount on various items on the website. It's not everything is included, but it's definitely worth having a look just to see if there's anything on there. You can take full advantage of that. Shall I let you know who the winner is? Well, we know who the winner is because it's Debbie. It's not going to be anyone else, is it? Now,
then, which one?
Which one do you reckon was going to win?
Absolutely no idea because I love them both.
You love them both?
Don't ask me to pick a favourite because I do like both of them.
Oh, it's like choosing a child.
It is.
Okay, it's number 2. That is your favourite child.
Oh.
But they are all
there you go.
Beautiful.
Thank
really
you.
nice.
Thank you very much.
That looks gorgeous. Well done. Right, we have got some other items. We've got some crazy bank holiday deals, haven't we? We've got weekly wonder deals, we've got crazy bank holiday deals, loads and loads of items. Debbie, you've got those Totally Tiffany bags over there,
yes.
haven't you?
So I wanted to just show you, because what I'll show you what you're actually getting. You're paying for your triangular traveller bag, which is absolutely fabulous, and it's in the colour purple. I fetched the pink one out because this is the one that's actually full of stuff to show you, because it literally is the most amazing travel bag that has removable bags that you can fill into your heart's content with whatever it is you want, whether it be travelling with craft or travelling with your tools or travelling with your makeup brushes or whatever it is that you want to pop in there. You've got your spaces in the back as well. You simply, when you want to fold this up, is get hold of your string, your drawstring, pull up your little toggle, and then you've got your fabulous little triangular bag ready to go. Now you're getting it in the purple. And free coming with that, because that's what you're paying for, £25, $35, or Club Platinum price is £20 or $28. And for free today, we're going to give you the your bag, which is the lovely 4-drawer one. It's got 4 little containers in there that you can fill with whatever you want. A nice slimline bag, but she gets quite a lot in there. You can see with the ink pads that we've shown you in the picture. Lots of lovely things. That's coming for free. And then the biggest Karen, and I love this one because she's quite a big girl, and I love it to bits because you can cram absolutely loads in there in terms of cards and envelopes, stamps and metal dies, embossing folders and much more. Really basically whatever it is that you want to pop in there. So that is your 2 freebies, the 2 buddy bags that are coming for free when you are buying your purple travel triangular bag. It's been proving to be extremely popular today, and I'm not surprised because you're paying for this one and you're getting those 2 free, £25 or $35, and then take off your club membership. It is a fabulous deal, and I'm not surprised you've been loving it, because it really is truly a sensational deal to get 2 free buddy bags. It's getting late. The words are all getting mixed up. Buddy bags that you're getting today for that phenomenal price.
Excellent. And the next item that I've got is your creator card grab bag here. Lots of great deals in here as well. My first one is the classic lace creator card. So you can see down here you've got different parts of this die. So each side is slightly different. So you can make a card by using 2 different sides that we've done as the main one here. But you can also make a card using the 2 identical sides. And obviously because you've got 2 sides in there, you can make 3 different types of cards. It makes it really versatile. When we launched that, there was plenty of inspiration. So you just need to have a look on YouTube. You'll be able to find lots of inspiration to use those. The next one is your interchangeable elegant frame. Again, really, really beautiful set of dies. If I show you on the back, you can see you've got that frame there where you've got these other interchangeable parts that go inside. So very versatile, and I do like that we give you plenty of options with the dies that we produce. This next one is your heart-shaped, I can't think what it's called, easel hearts, all different sizes. It makes such a cool little card with all of those different hearts in different sizes leading up. You can see all the dies that you're going to be getting in here, including that little sentiment die too. And then the final one that you'll be getting in here is your lovebirds. You've got lovebirds here, so that makes your outer die, and then you've got that little die in the middle. If I turn around here, you can see. So that die is one that you cut out, and then you can attach with some fishing line or some thread, and then that will just sort of spin in the middle of the card. Really beautiful collection of these dies, and I think if you're a new crafter, or perhaps you missed out on these in the first time, this is your opportunity to grab them for such a great price. Just £25 or $35. Your platinum price is £20 or $28 for those. And I know that, from speaking as my mum, if you're watching, Mum, Mum is we used to do paper craft and hasn't done it for a long time, and I bought her a Gemini, and every time she watches she goes, oh, that looks good, that looks good. These would be great because they're a way of making a card very quickly and very easily, and really sort of building up your confidence. So these are a great option for you to pop into your basket. Right, we're almost done, Debbie. It's been fabulous working with you.
It's been lovely working with you too. Yeah, it's been lovely.
When are you next in?
Right, so I'll be making Friday, Saturday. I think it's next week.
Okay.
But I think could be me presenting as well, because I think me and you have got a day together when you're doing your sewing Saturday.
Yep.
I've got some work with our lovely Jan and Michelle as well, because I'm presenting, so it's going to be
Excellent.
good. I think, though, I might be back with Ben next time. I think I'm back reunited with my t'other half that I haven't seen. I feel like I've been divorced from him because I haven't seen him for actually, part-time slacker. Where's he been? Because he's due back though, isn't he, from his holidays?
He is, yeah.
So I will be back with Ben, and I think it's sometime next week. But keep your eyes posted on the socials. I'll share more details with you then.
Fantastic. And have you got a Facebook Live coming up next week?
Yes, I have. Yeah, actually, yeah, should be doing another Facebook Live next week.
Lovely,
Yeah.
fantastic. Brilliant, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it today. I'm not back for about a week and a half, I think, something like that. I will be doing a Facebook Live on Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're going to be doing, they're all sewing related ones, obviously the Facebook Lives that I do. The one we're going to be doing this week is about learning about your sewing machine. Just basically sort of ways of getting started, what you need to know, because that seemed to be what everyone was asking for. So I hope you can enjoy me. That doesn't sound right. I hope you can join me. I'm not sure who's on tomorrow, but I'm sure we're going to have a cracking day. It's Ben. And he's back. He's back.
Just
Ben
talking
is
about him, he's back.
Exactly. And I think tomorrow the 29th, so we have a launch tomorrow, don't we? We have the magazine launch that's going to be happening tomorrow. So do enjoy tomorrow. I hope you had fun. I hope you have a lovely bank holiday Monday evening, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.